Well, it's going off here. I'm backstage at the Norwood Concert Hall here in South Australia with Abby Lee Miller visiting this wonderful country. How wonderful to have you here.
Thank you, thank you. It's great to see you again.
And you again after meeting you in Hollywood and everything that was happening there, going out to the reunion show. But 6 months has passed and you're back here again. Why is that?
Because we had a fabulous time the first go round, and there's really more talent here than there is in a lot of the other countries.
Okay, fantastic. Do you think we'll ever see a branch of the ALDC in Australia? What are your plans there?
I am laying the groundwork. I am investigating. I am checking out the talent here to possibly do Abby's Ultimate Australian Dance Competition.
Whoa.
And it would involve finding Australia's Ultimate Dancer and also Australia's Ultimate Dance Studio.
Yes. And you're in that process already of moving to the different states?
Yes,
looking at talent?
We've had talks. We're in talks right now. And I have a film crew ready to go. And we're just, you know, waiting for the numbers to come in.
The last 5 years has been an incredible journey. What are some of the highlights?
A journey or up the river without a paddle sometimes.
Whichever you want to choose.
Okay, so the incredible journey, you know, nobody thought this would ever happen. We certainly didn't. We were asked to do 6 episodes. We gritted our teeth and we dug deep down inside and we came up with those 6 numbers. Some of them we already had for like 10 months. And then they dubbed the music in post.
Right.
So we did our regular normal routines. The kids knew them. It was all good. Then the network called and said, congratulations, you have 10 more. And I went, with who? Who's gonna do them? Well, the cast, we cast the show. I go, first of all, you didn't cast the show. They were kids that were in my studio. Their mothers were upstairs whining and complaining about one other kid.
Right.
That's your cast.
But
you never said 5, 6, 7, 8 dance. You never auditioned the kids. You interviewed them with their moms. They're pretty, they're beautiful children.
Exactly.
Right? So, learning new dance routines, that's been the worst part of the show. The music deal that somebody made with some library, that has been atrocious.
Yes.
The good things, well, I have my own hotel room and clean towels.
Good for you.
People always ask what's changed in my life. That's what it is. I used to sleep in a room with no less than 7 children. I was either on the floor, on a rollaway, on an air mattress, you know, something, and we couldn't let the maids in because then they would see the mess and they would see how many kids were there, so we'd have to just sneak the hand out to get the new towels.
Oh, okay.
Do you think one careless, thoughtless, selfish child would ever make sure there was a clean towel when I came back? No,
of course not.
Never.
Now, your darling mother, she was an inspiration. She was a dance teacher in Pittsburgh in the 40s.
No, I'm sorry. In the 40s and 50s, she was in Miami, Florida.
Oh, okay.
And that's what's crazy is she was driving a Cadillac convertible and working at the Fontainebleau Hotel. Her dancers were performing, you know, when Frank Sinatra or Sammy Davis Jr., Elvis would take a break, they performed, or they were dancing back up for him.
Amazing.
So my mom had an amazing life. She was an entrepreneur, a pioneer in her field to be a young woman right after the war, moving to Miami, starting small, you know, in a synagogue or in a church hall, teaching classes, and then growing and growing and growing. And then she married my dad and came back to Pittsburgh. And he thought she's just gonna sit on the porch with rollers in her hair and gossip with the neighbors. And she was like, oh, no, 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 I'm not. She opened a studio. I was not that interested, not that involved. My dad took me to all my activities. I did everything, the ice skating, the roller skating, the Girl Scouts, all of it. I was well-rounded, which means good at nothing, yes. And then we got a flyer in the mail about a dance competition. And I said, I want to do this. Winning that cheap little plastic trophy for a trio that I taught to 3 girlfriends.
Wow.
That's when I knew I was destined to do this.
That's where it began.
This is why I was put on this earth, was to choreograph and to teach children. And so I started my dance company, and that's been it. Now, you asked about the journey. Now, certainly my mother, having a Mother's Day special, a 1-hour television show with my mom.
Oh, wow.
That is one of the nicest things that Lifetime could have done for me.
Yes.
something that nobody else has. How many people have a 1-hour TV special with their mother? Several years before she passed on.
Wow.
You know, so going through my dog, Broadway Baby's death on camera, my mother deteriorating so badly, and the cancer winning out. Yeah. That wasn't fun. It's not pleasant to see on TV.
No.
And what the network doesn't understand, or the producers, is till this day, I get emails constantly about, we're so sorry about your mother, because the show airs in 110 countries.
Wow, wow.
And the other countries are behind us. So
and they just find
they might be in season 1 or 2 right now. So as they find out and as the episodes air, the outpouring of generosity and sympathy come to me. So I relive this over and over again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but my mother was the most creative person in the world, and she was kind and gentle. Her teaching methods were nothing like mine, but she taught children to love to dance. And it was all recreation. Kids did it for fun, and they had fun.
And is that the legacy you've continued on with?
No.
No.
I've taken the Abby Lee Dance Company as a part of Mary and Lorraine Dance Studios, which was my mother's name.
Yes.
And taking it to the next level.
Right.
Teaching kids to be winners. Yes. You know, my mom they didn't grow up with competition then. Yeah. It was just putting on a show. That's, you know, easy, everybody has fun. So this is a different story, my story, but I think I've done just as well.
Absolutely.
I wanted to say my mom was creative. She could take a Kleenex, a tissue, and make it into a cape, and we could all be Wonder Woman and fly around. She could make it an apron, and we could do a little Dutch dance. She could make it a babushka, and we could do the Polish dance, you know, the Irish jig, whatever. So she was very creative and could create something out of nothing. And sometimes, week after week, we've done over 150 episodes.
Wow.
I've had to be creative. I had to make something out of nothing.
Well, Abby, look, thank you so much for talking midweek. You have to go up to a girl party. Indeed.
Yes. I got to get there's no boys here. There's no one to flirt with. I'm going to take you.
I noticed one or two. I'm out there. I'll have a dance with you.
Are you ready to? Are you ready to party? Thank you so much.
Well, Abby, it's been absolutely fantastic to talk with you today here in South Australia. I know Australia are absolutely loving you. Can't wait to come to Hollywood and see you again in your Santa Monica Boulevard studio. Hollywood It Girl, Abby Lee Miller. Thank you very much, Abby, for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you.